Hey, yo, to be completely honest with you, the sun is shining. Finally. So now we shouldn't have as much of a problem with uh, performing in an outdoor stadium. That's my hope on WrestleMania night two. That's what I'm pulling for. Night one, solid enough. We gonna get into it. I mean, I got thoughts. I've definitely got opinions to express, and I mean, it's the 40th. It's a big thing. I'm proud of everybody. Um, NXT stand or whatever we call it, NXT stand and deliver, however we call it, take over, whatever you want to call it. Look, welcome to 3.5. That's what's up. We will talk 4.0 way later this year. Now we in the NXT 3.5 era. I was thinking I'd push it back a little further to when they jump to the CW, but nah, it's 3.5 now. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Roxanne Perez. I'm definitely feeling a certain vibe for myself. Like I recognize watching her. It She's giving me a world star vibe. So now I'm thinking more along the lines of a world star. That's what I do here. We'll get to that though, but through time if you're paying attention closely enough. But all is where it needs to be so far as everything that's going on NXT television. I was gonna jump into a quick recap of that, but I don't want to jump into that. Everybody's where they need to be, and we moving into this next part of the new era for shizzle. Now, night one, WrestleMania 40 XL, super cold. I didn't even see SmackDown. Seen Hall of Fame. Shouts to first of all of the dumb silly ads. It wasn't dumb, but shouts to all of that was going on. Everybody that participated, everybody that had something going on in the thing. You know what I mean? Just whether you was producing, whether you was cameraman, whether you was carrying wires around, whether you was carrying waters around. Shouts to you for being in the building for that, or outside for that. Good Lord, cold. Oh man, yo, that was unfortunate to look at. And now, I'm looking at what you motherfucker. What does anybody do without some kind of spark? Nobody moving. We not gonna cook without no gas, huh? We can't. Nobody just make no quick fire, huh? They trying. We was trying, but I was sitting back and just enjoying it, like watching Stand and Deliver. I was fairly falling back, just paying attention to everything going on, but mainly because of this new era. Uh, what we what we're trying to shift away from is the ways of the old era and the former administration in respect to all of that and the time and tenure. But watching NXT Stand and Deliver yesterday, after a Hall of Fame ceremony that I'm sure was extremely moving for more than the people that I was able to see, we have to look fan forward, fan first. I watched NXT Stand and Deliver last night as some form of analyst, sure, but a fan. What goes first in that? On that night, I chose fan. On that afternoon, I chose fan. And I enjoyed the show for what it was offering. And I was thoroughly entertained without any complaints. And there were mistakes that were made. There were small mishaps that happened. Shit, go all the way up. You see how many times Rocky was sliding all over the ring? Making small mistakes, even from trying to get up on top. It got to look so perfect. Shit, go even further than that into the press conference, and my man Rock couldn't even get the people's title. It couldn't even get the thing to stand up because of just how the material and the leathering and all that was made. But still meant something being up there. But nothing is gonna go 100% perfect. And that is what I recognized. But the fans were still thoroughly entertained. They enjoyed what they were looking at. You could see and feel it. They were anticipating things. And we all knew that the WrestleMania Night 1 crowd was obviously anticipating that same exact feeling with all of that promotion, pomp, and circumstance that went into Night 1 of the show of shows. But inclement weather. I was never really a fan of the outdoor stadium shows. I always said, nah, get them in a dome, we good, man. Because you get them in a dome, then acoustically, and I speak as somewhat of a slight musician, the sound is going to bounce off the walls and come right back. The energy is contained. When you're outside listening to a live jam session, if it's not really amplified sound, if you will, like guitar with the amp or the bass and all the rest of that, then like if you're dealing with live instruments, you're gonna have the sound just go off into the atmosphere. That's what was going on. I'll go as far as to Jay Uso's entrance. The crowd was tired for Jay? No, the crowd was trying to stay warm, in my opinion. I believe with all of that motion, 16,000, blah, 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 this many people, dude, the last thing we needed was any kind of extra fanning going on. You see what I mean? And that was the God in it for me, because I saw levels of where my necessity is in this now. A little bit more. Just that much more. With no need for fans on night 1. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it was a really good night for every part of the spectrum, especially learning. And now moving forward, weather, stadium. Let's go to Florida. Let's go to someplace with a more tropical climate. Let's get off the freaking East Coast. Philly got 40. Cool beans. If we are going outside again, let it be in a climate where I'd rather hear these cats complain about 100-degree weather than hear them complain about 50-degree weather. It was not comfortable to hear everybody go through that. I'm thinking about ring outfits, gear. Wrestlemania was hilarious. I remember that. That was a nice little throwback. In the middle of the field, like it was deep, man. And we had to push the match back. That was a Seth match. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So night 1 was hurt due to the rain. And that was disappointing. But ultimately, I liked what I was looking at, man. Everybody, when you temper your expectations, you could potentially enjoy yourself. But if you're not enjoying yourself, then you might as well go and start tap dancing to a crowd, because maybe they'll put some pennies in your pocket. You know what I mean? But respectfully to, you know what I mean, the community that does that. And that's not no Skid Row. I know Skid Row in that community. You know what I'm saying? The space I'm speaking on, it ain't even Skid Row. It's definitely too entitled though. I'll definitely say that. Way too entitled. But let's move forward, yo. Let's get into the first match. All right, so I fell asleep, man. I was so tired from watching and falling asleep late the night before from anticipation of the show, man. I got to see Stand and Deliver. Wanted to watch SmackDown in between. Knew I'd have been on overload. So I fell asleep, tried to get up by 7, skipped the kickoff. And got in there midway through, maybe 25% through Becky and Rhea. Opened the show, exact pick, perfect pick. It was the cover photo for Mania. I thought it was good. The match, they were both going in. It was the same feeling that I got when I was watching Stand and Deliver in the opening match. So it's like, oh no, there's anticipation, there's hype in the building. I didn't even think about it being cold. Becky's running at 102, so she's definitely at home. Meanwhile, Rhea's out there freezing. Her little entrance was solid. Becky's entrance was solid. The outfits was solid. Nice little dress and such. Like, I respect all of that. You know what I mean? Like, shouts to her book happenings. You know, all of the things is thinking right now. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm looking at. So good shit on that. We said don't forget about Rio. We ain't forget about Rio, man. Clearly, it took a couple years, but yeah, after the pandemic, look, it's been nothing but a solid trajectory. I'd say for at least the past 2 years, Rhea Ripley has been a completely different specimen. So shouts to mommy, and I'm enjoying you know, what she's offering when she's on that screen. So definite congratulations on the obvious retention. And when I'm looking at, Becky right now, make space for the new. If Becky gotta go chill, she got the book and best selling and all that stuff she doing. Yeah, cool. Make space for some new jacks to come on in. And then when you get back, everybody will love you still. Nobody's gonna forget about Becky Lynch. You know what I mean? Just off the strength that Paulie's out here like really like trying to bring her name into the conversation. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, and we always knew this about Becky anyway, so good for her, bro. Good for her. She did the right thing at Mania. She was the first ever, Becky two belts. So all the rest of that, like, look, she's good bread. So we're not worried about Becky at all. I enjoyed what she brought, and if she need to take some time off, I definitely co-sign that. Let's move forward. Mm, Okay, big ladder match. Started slow, definitely. Picked up as soon as Damien threw that forearm in between the ladder. That was when the match started happening. My man Michael Cole said, "Oh yeah, it's about to get rough in here, folks," or something like that. About to get dangerous. One of them lines though, and it was like, yeah, facts because they are just throwing bowls now, and that was what happened. I thoroughly I was having fun watching it all. I was having fun watching it all. So, the spots, only Av. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going crazy about how it all played out. Like it was enough. The main part of the match though was the tag titles, obviously. But I mean like the rules and how they were set up in order to make changes and make magic. I liked all of it. Look, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, new tag champs, perfect. Uh, what is this? Awesome Truth, R-Truth, Miz. Look, I'm just going to deal with that. We obviously know that's not going to last long because it's like that's kind of like the Miz trope at Mania when he got the Intercontinental Championship. Or was that Zack Ryder? One or the other. I'm not going hard over none of it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever is playing out, you know what I'm saying? That's just going to play out. Uh, that was a great way to split the titles. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great way to split them up. Great way to make more things happen moving forward. And, for what it was worth, everybody went in there, obviously, made the ladder match just that much more entertaining. Anything to write home about? Too many people. Too many people. I thought we would have a little bit more space. Like, if we had more space from that walk ramp, then, oh my God, we would have definitely had a whole lot more. You know what I mean? Just to happen as far as the match went. But you could tell everyone was jumping over top of each other. Everyone was walking around each other, spin moving around just a lot. The ladder was about to break. Oh, it's just so scary. So, but a good match. And a great outcome. And then Rhea's going to still step up boys like she should. So that's a good look on all of it. Let's keep it pushing. All right. Mid card. The matches needed build. Obviously, the matches needed build. Solid matches so far as WrestleMania cards went. The stories were going, but I mean, if we just looking at how the stories played out, Ray went down with the injury. Who was going to carry the storyline after that? Right now, Ray has to get everybody over in that. We all seen Carlito. I didn't see SmackDown. I don't know what happened with Dragon Lee. I'm 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 shocked. I'm like, oh, now Andrade's down. Was he about to get down with Dom? Like, it's the Latin American section of the storylines over there. So I'm gonna let that Latin love play out because Latino people and their culture might find more resonance with what's happening. But shouts to every single one of them, and especially Thea. So moving on, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso. I felt like there wasn't enough time for these guys to get in there and tell a story. I feel like there was so much other things that needed to happen during the show. Maybe something went long, something different. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll get details in the coming weeks as far as it goes. But I'm not really. I don't want to sound like anybody else that has these same opinions because these are my opinions. But ultimately, the match was too short. As soon as like, it was like All right, like it felt like the spots. Like, all right, look, this is the part where we're gonna have you try to lure your brother in. All right, and right after that, we're gonna do, look, the kick into the you hurt kick. That was fire. Yes, sir. I fucks with that. The jumping super kick. But now I'm going to definitely say way too many super kicks will spoil everything. I've been saying this. I've been talking about this. Now we see it for ourselves. The super kick parties are of unnecessity. We have to find other moves that will be just as dominant looking or devastating looking. If we have to stick with super kicks, I understand, but I have already brought this up mad long ago. Super kicks at nauseum are not good for matches. It's fine for psychology of the match. It's good for the oohs and the ahs because of the leg slap. And it's a new administration, so there will be officially no fines for obvious leg slaps. Thank God. But, super kicks. Shouts to Jay for winning. You know what I'm saying? That was the right way that went, but it is what it was. Jade, Cargill, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Damage Control. Shouts to Damage Control. Sports animatainment is not enough. If they run it with EO has been vicious since before NXT. We need vicious. Kyrie looks like she can't hurt, and Asuka doesn't look like anything else but entertaining Asuka without all of the violence that we've known her for. We want violent Asuka. We want crazy Kyrie. And then I would like all of the sports entertainment element or sports animatainment element that they've been definitely working on for the past couple of weeks. So, what we got on it, you know what I mean? Like, show me a little something and we could get some shit popping. Moving forward into Jade and the rest of the squad. First of all, shouts to Trent. I'm glad that Naomi's back. She looks